Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I love to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and peace and blessings unto the elect. All right, so I wanted to do this lesson expounding on what I was talking about at the altar earlier. This brother came up, which he knows that he's an Israelite. The brother, he's from the tribe of Asher, and the tribe of Asher. We was talking about, how certain Israelites or certain brothers they may want to come in, but like, what do we do if they can't ask their father or their father's fathers, on their line? Because you will have instances where Jake, he doesn't really know his father. He doesn't know anything about his father's side of the family, right? But you can clearly, ask you can ask him his race, and let's say a brother from the tribe of Issachar come up, or so-called Hispanic, and you can clearly tell, all right, bet he's Mexican, but he doesn't know his father, or he doesn't know his grandfather. Everything that he hears about them is just hearsay. But the spirit bears witness to the faith. What do we do? So what we do is we prove his spirit, of course. All right, prove him. And if he's, obeying the law, statutes, and commandments, he's diligent, on fire, X, Y, and Z, then of course we let him in, because the spirit clearly bears witness to the truth. Although we're not clear, we don't have any clarity on his father's line. And like I said in the video, which I'm going to play, we'll leave that up to the angels to do the sifting, if he's an Israelite or not. And that goes for, any brother. That goes for any brother in the faith, because you will have, tares amongst us, right? But we leave all that to the angels. All right, so let me go ahead and play it real fast, and then I'm going to expound on the parable. Now with the Hispanics and their fathers, or even, Judah, Benjamin, Levi with their fathers, that's when that parable of the wheat and the tares come in at. All right, I mean, he identifies with the word. All right, you can come in, but we'll leave the sifting process to the angels. Because mind you, remember the parable of the wheat and the tares tell you that the wheat and the tares look the same. So it's like, all right, well, at this point, what do we do? Do we uproot the tares? The parable said, nay, lest you uproot the wheat with the tares. Because just in case that dude is an Israelite, then you're like, yeah, nah, you gotta go. You don't know your father, woo. But you don't know, you just actually kicked out an Israelite. So that's when we wait for the angels, and they gonna sift. They gonna sift out who's really not an Israelite from the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So now let me go ahead and go into it. So this is Matthew 13:24. It says, another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. Verse 25, but while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. Now, what does it mean when it says, but while men slept? That's talking about us being in a dead estate, right? Talking about when, of course, we're still in captivity right now, but I'm talking about when Jake was still on the field, right? Cotton fields and whatnot. Because during that time, you did have a lot of slave masters, although not every raping or sex that was with consent, it all didn't lead to a pregnancy, of course, but a lot of it did, right? So that while men slept, that's going into us being in a dead estate, right? Us being on a cotton field, right? When we had no power whatsoever, no knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of who we were, right? And that links up with Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also Adonai was crucified. See that? And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. Yeah, you can use this saying how, our people get shot down in the street, knees on necks, etc., etc. But this is really going into us being spiritually dead. All right, not knowing who we are, not knowing what land we, not knowing what land we belong to, our true God or power. So that's what this verse is dealing with. That links up right with Matthew 13 when it talks about while men slept. Right? So back to Matthew 13 and 25. It says but when men slept, or when we was in captivity, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. That's right. Again, talking about how Esau, he would have sex with our woman, and the Eves they would be pregnant with Esau's baby. And sometimes the baby is gonna come out and grow and look like an Israelite. All right, just like the sisters. Right? When you look up sister, right, Tia Mori, let me see, mom and dad. These are actually heathens. You see that? This is her father. Her father is a so-called white man. See that? That's them two. Right? Her father, that's her mom, clearly a so-called black woman, and that's them. But they're heathens. Why is that? Because their father is a heathen. Because remember, you are who your father is according to the scriptures. Let's go ahead and grab that. Let's go ahead and grab Ezra 2 and 59. Let me see. Let me get in the NOT. This Ezra chapter 2 and verse 59. Their families were descendants of Israel. Let me see. One where it says father's lineage. All right, let me just go ahead and read it in the KJV. Ezra 2 and verse 59 in the KJV. It says, and these were they which went up from Telamah, Tel Harazah, Cherub, Adon, and Immer, but they could not shew their father's house and their seed, whether they were of Israel. You see that? So you have to show your father's house if you're of Israel. So it all boils down to if your father is Israelite. See what I'm saying? Now, your mom can be a heathen and your father be Israelite, and you will still be an Israelite, right? But in this case, Tia Mori and her sister, the sister twins, they're heathens. Okay, they are, in fact, heathens. So they're not Israelites because of their father. So now going back, so they will be tares, which through the spirit I seen a few tares when I was in the store. I seen an Eve, and I seen her husband, which is an Edomite, and they have their little rugrats running around in the store, and they got like the tan. They have the tan color, the shade of tan. Got the curly hair, right? And those are tares. Why is that? Because the Eve linked up with that Edomite, and the Edomite sowed sowed seed in her, and now those little babies are heathens. They're Edomites. They will be known as tares, right? So now verse 26, it says, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then have it tares? Which the good seed represents the Israelites, right? Verse 28, and he said unto them, an enemy have done this. The servants said unto him, would thou then that we go and gather them up? Yeah, should we go and uproot them? Verse 29, but he said, nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Why is that? Because the tares and the wheat, they look exactly alike. Because when you take a look now, them older, especially when they were younger, sister. Now they kind of look like East Indians. But when they were younger, they could pass for so-called black women, which now really looking at them, they kind of look like Elam. Yeah, they kind of look like Elam, to be honest now, right? But yeah, so back then they would have been classified as so-called black women, but really she's an Edomite. Her and her sister, they're devils. So now, verse 30, Matthew 13:30, it says, "Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather my wheat into my barn." That's right. So the harvest represents the end of the world. The reapers are the angels. So now let me jump down because it's going to further expound on it, right? Verse 36. Then Yahushua sent the multitude away, and went into the house, and his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. Verse 37, he answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. See that? So it says that he that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man, which obviously the Son of Man is dealing with Yahushua now. And you may be wondering, it's like, okay, so how is he that sowed the good seed is the Son of Man? Well, guess what? We come from Isaac. You see what I'm saying? And Isaac is Yahushua in the reincarnation, right? So we come from Isaac. Verse 38, the field is the world, the good seed are the children of the kingdom. See that? So now the children of the kingdom, that's dealing with the Israelites. And this how you know this parable, because there's some new thing going on now, that the wheat and the tares are dealing with wicked Israelites, 2/3, and then the elect, which that doesn't make any sense, because regardless if you're 2/3 or not, they are the children of the kingdom as well, because the 2/3, they're going to come back in the kingdom and they are going to be righteous. Pursuant to Romans 11 verse 26, all Israel shall be saved. You see that? So it couldn't be possibly talking about, this parable can't be talking about wicked Israelites and the elect. That just doesn't make any sense. But it says, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. So the tares are the children of the wicked one, which is Esau. We know that Esau is the wicked. Pursuant to the book of Malachi, the first chapter, Job 9 and 24, etc. Verse 39, it says the enemy that sowed them is the devil, which again is Esau. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. You see that? The reapers are the angels. So the angels are going to be the ones that's going to separate the Israelites from the non-Israelites, because they have that knowledge, they have the wisdom and understanding to be able to do that. We to a certain degree don't. So that's why I said earlier, if a brother identifies with the word, and let's just say that his father goes back to a so-called white man. Let's say, yeah, my father goes back to a so-called white man, but he really identifies with the word. Well, all right, bro, we'll see. We just let him in, and we'll just wait until the harvest come, and the angels are going to do the sifting. Because what if you shut up the kingdom of heaven to that brother? Let's say that brother is really indeed an Israelite, but through mixing and mingling, his father just looked like a devil. Now you will have blood on your hands, and because you will have that, like how me and a brother was speaking. I was saying, just imagine if Blake Griffin's son, just imagine if he have sex with a Edomite woman, and Blake Griffin's son already looks like a devil. Blake Griffin's son doesn't even look like no Israelite. Let's go ahead and look it up. Blake Griffin's son. Whoa, I did not know. All right. But this is Blake Griffin's son right here. Look at that. Look at him. This is his son. This is a Levite. Hey, because Blake Griffin's father is a Levite. Now, let me go ahead and Blake Griffin, dad. Bam. Yeah, so this is Blake Griffin's father. See that? This is Blake Griffin's father. Black as hell, man. That's a Levite, though. That is a priest. You know what I'm saying? Blake Griffin, he is a priest. But look at his son. So imagine if Blake Griffin's son, imagine if his son have sex with an Edomite. A pale ass Edomite. Those babies are gonna look like straight devils, man. Straight devils. You see what I'm saying? Hey, but look, that's still an Israelite. So just imagine if Blake Griffin's son come up to the altar, and Blake Griffin's son doesn't know anything about his father's line. Oh, nah, man, you a devil. Get ready for slavery. You just shut up the kingdom of heaven from a priest. You see what I'm saying? So that's why that parable said what it said. Nay, lest we root up the tares and the wheat. No, lest you root up the wheat, trying to sift out the tares. Just leave it for the angels. They're gonna handle that. You see what I'm saying? So now, this is verse 39. It says, the enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burnt in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. All right. So the Edomites that look like Israelites, they are going to be gathered and burnt. So those chocolate covered Edomites that's running around here pretending to be Israelites, pretending to be so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, they're going to be burnt up. And I was saying this to a brother. A lot of these so-called black women, a lot of these so-called Hispanic women that just have just obsessed with Esau. Man, a lot of them are probably chocolate covered Edomites. Those that are just infatuated with Esau, those are probably chocolate covered Edomites. Or some yellow or some real yellow Edomites. You know, talking about you so-called Hispanics, some brown Edomites. You see what I'm saying? And there's a lot of them out there. I believe this woman. Let me see. The woman that played from Girlfriends. I believe she's a Edomite too. Let me see. I forgot her name. Where's she at? Oh yeah, Tracy Ellis Ross. Let me see. Do they have a picture of him? Yup. Look at that. This is a straight up devil. This is a straight up devil. See, look at that. Wait, this is her. Yeah, straight up devil. See that? Damn, he popped right up. So I guess, yeah, look. See? Look at that. That's clearly a so-called black woman. Tracy Ellis Ross, that's a damn devil, man. She might be Jewish. Silberstein. Sound like a rat. Oh, yep. Silberstein was born into a wealthy family of Jewish garment man. Hey, let's see that? Hey, see? That's a rat right there. She's a rat. Tracy Ellis Ross, she's a rat. See that? So, a prime example, another example. She's a terror. She ain't no, hey, look, she ain't no sister. She ain't no sister. This is a straight up Edomite. How can I forget her? My favorite one. Lauren London. She's a devil too. She ain't no Israelite. Yo, and this is a perfect example. This is perfect. I'm talking about, she looked like a straight up sister. She looked like a straight up sister. I don't know. We might got to question her. I don't know. It might be a question mark over her. All right, but when you go into her information, yep, her father is a rat. Her father is a rat. Lauren London. I don't know why. Nipsey Hussle. I said not. Yeah, father. Yeah, Lauren London. She's a rat. Let me see. Oh, yep. Here we go. Pop right up. It says Lauren London. Boom. It says London was born to an African American mother and an Ashkenazi Jewish father. See that? So she's a rat. She's a tear. But she looked just like an Israelite though. You see what I'm saying? Hey, but in reality, she's a devil. All right, so that's it. No need for this video to be super long. Yaharatazah, you brothers and sisters were edified. Till next time, shalom.